6 players will be going on to the World Cup, which is super exciting for these guys. Don't worry, they do have 3 more weeks of solos events to be able to qualify for. They do not need to make it today, but we talked about this earlier. Being able to qualify in these early weeks for this event takes a lot of pressure off and then just lets you focus on getting better and preparing for the event. We said something wrong, yes.
Native subjects pulling off an entire chug jug use straight into a pump shot. The race fire goes down. Would have gotten the siphon, but there's no way to know that. And you can't see into the future, so that chug.
Wow,
Luxury
back.
Joe also sent back to the lobby swiftly from 1 point to 6. A 5-point swing real quick as we cross the 25-player remaining threshold for those placement points. A pretty decent kit. 2 shotguns, not necessarily the biggest thing, and stuck us out of box with an opponent. Maybe didn't realize until the very last second that pump comes out and Fwitz goes down. 7 points now as native subject CS gets beamed from behind just a little bit.
There are 8 remaining in this lobby. Kayshawn up near the high ground, Quarter, Max, Jax, these super guys all fighting it out on this low ground. Maboon actually on that super high ground right now, looking to take shots on anyone, but they're all making sure to cover their heads with roofs. Max coming out of his baller and going for that elimination. Gets both Supercuss and Max.
Stretch pushing his way in, 9 points. A quick edit. Jaxie pays the price. The speed there from Stretch, crucial to get that elimination. Beam from above and pressure underneath at the same time. He's basically in the center of an opponent's sandwich. Got to look out for the trap. Does get hit. Kayshawn goes down. 120 total HP now. Player underneath him going to rotate away as well. Shots coming from above on that last one. The one he had trapped inside just in front. Maybe didn't realize the quick edit. Switches the ramp and cuts it in half to get that shot. Stretch gets dropped on, though. The box again. Imagine if Stretch had a trap. It would have been an easy finish there.
Doesn't need it. Doesn't need it. Oh my gosh. Well, that elimination count isn't updating there, but I believe he got 4 or 5 eliminations. 18 points.
Still a number of players left in ballers. You see, actually, I was literally about to say, at some point, somebody's going to start taking shots at these to try and force engagements. And as I was saying, shots did come down from all the way up top there. Trev still pushing their way in. 27 builds and a couple taps on players rotating, including Jammies, who does go down, feeding the siphon back to Trev. Picks up the full shield and the rotation continues. 30 builds left. He's going to have to try and use some opponent build to make his way up unless the player's willing to risk everything they've got. And I don't think that's the case, although Goodspeed 2K does go down a big stack of build there, up to 93 total. A much better position, the opportunity to swap out. I was literally going to say, going to pick that legendary AR up a little bit better at just holding down left click and trying to...
This area off guard.
Trying to take a couple shots at a player that he might have seen rotating. Does catch him through the box there. A little bit of damage, a little bit of shield damage. Catches another one on the rotation down. Big pump shot and the swap into that suppressed SMG, but almost out of small ammunition, so he's got to be very careful. Opt to take those fights at just the right time. A top down. Look at the spread here. You have 3 players all the way at the bottom, only 4 remaining. And Sean, that top right corner, what a ridiculous distance, sees the speck of tech at the bottom and hits a big 60 from above, picking up that elimination. 144 total HP, 26 builds. It's not really enough to waterfall down at this point without being too risky. They're going to be single layered, and Sean going down the redeploy, being the biggest factor to save himself. Trev, we watched the entire game, hits the pump shot and the follow through, and Sean goes down.
Ending at 26 points, 10 eliminations. What an incredible game. He's got to be feeling confident after that. Absolutely outstanding job.
The tiebreakers are big. You have to count on the eliminations and the right time to push for them. Can't get too risky. But if you play too passively, you're going to get outplayed on the leaderboard by players that are not playing passively. And like I said before, Selen literally proving a point here. Sometimes it does look like a bad action movie as he's hitting shot after shot on single opponents in the sequence. Picking
Triple elimination.
3 eliminations in a row. Selen moving up the hill now.
Any of those builds because they were in the storm.
Who needs to build when you do things like this to people? I'm just saying, Selen owns this box now.
84
84. I think he's doing all right now.
Yeah, he will be fine. And that's the power of the heavy sniper. We talked about that earlier in our interview with our EU qualifiers.
Knocking out brick and wood, a couple shots as the storm, a couple swings and pickaxes you're pushing in from the storm. Not a big deal, but like I said, the skeleton key of the heavy sniper is big there. Waters goes down, Selen using the stinks. Stop reading my mind. I was literally going to say chance to beam players as they move ahead. And a shot on purpose. A quick one pump goes for the follow through. Gets it. Shield. White damage. Another elimination. Catches another one. The trap play potentially doesn't get it. rotates up and away, maybe afraid of a third party at that point. He's only 57 HP remaining.
And he was having to go from the far edge of the zone. Oh my God! Dropping down on the Boogie Bomb play, back-to-back elimination on his opponents. He is now at 9 eliminations. He's
There were like 15 players in a stack at the last second there.
Just barely getting squeaked out.
Talking about being sandwiched there too.
Ended up between 2 full shields means a free opportunity here, assuming no baller potentially applies pressure or those players underneath. Does get it off. 100. Away from the pump with the SMG spray. Havoc goes down. 5 eliminations. 18 points right now for Innocence. An excellent game so far, and we're at the top 12. Probably the last chance for a launch pad to be extremely beneficial. It actually is hugely beneficial. Landing up top up here, takes the 42 shield tag with the shotty. Another one from above, and Marsh goes down, but Innocence does get tagged by whoever has the ultimate high ground.
Yeah, he does have that shield in his inventory. He will be able to re-up if he's able to get good positioning in this zone, finally taking shots in on these ballers.
My apologies for not knowing which barcode player this is. You see the top right corner of your screen if you're watching from home. A number of the players have decided to change their name in an attempt to avoid any issues with potentially streaming the gameplay on their channels, or even on top of that, if you see players' names in the feed, sometimes it will influence others to try and push for that. But whoever that is, top right, does pick up and take no fall damage, as you see right there, landing directly on top of that barcode player. The 150, the second trap, and it's out. Picks up the Elim on Fwitz, who probably honestly should have stayed on that zip line, looking not like the wisest decision to drop in at that point.
Yeah, I think the zone had just caught it. Yeah, so he did drop down and then right into a couple traps by barcode here, and I would have expected him to have a little bit more ability to do something with that, knowing that he was coming down and get himself out of that situation. But we do have Mygo and Innocence here now. This is the top 3 situation. All of these guys getting placement points, but they want that victory royale.
What a gamer in the top right corner of your screen. 2 eliminations, 13 points total. Only 2 builds, though, which means staying on the storm on your opponent's structure is the way. Mygo might drop in from above. Nope, get a tick out of the storm. Let's go 1v1 at the corner there. And Innocence is able to secure the victory royale. That up close into the donkey laugh. Oh, there's so many plateaus and cliffs that oftentimes players can get, even in one circle rotation, can get pushed up a hill and then even back down on the other side. So you're going to have people that are melting through their builds. And a name we have not had the opportunity to cast in many moons.
Many moons.
All the way up top. This oftentimes is the position you will find yourself in while watching Tfue, because he maintains a high ground. He and his duo partner Cloak are the kings of holding high ground in the games when they get...
He is not in a good situation right now. Trying to use other... Okay.
Listen, we're about to pay the price for the commentary here. Oh my gosh, Chris, relax. They're children, please, dude. Pushing his way through a triple there. Still alive, still going.
My Lanta. Despite getting 3 eliminations, he's only able to pick up 10 builds from that. Wow, Chris.
I want to point out
and he just went down too.
Tfue all the way to the top, still beaming players from above. Still beaming players from above.
Finally you see someone building behind him. They are trying to take out this brick that he's on. He's noticed that, he's had this redeploy the whole time. We didn't have to worry about him at all.
Tfue's like, nah, I got this. Don't worry. Pushing his way. 6 elims right now.
12 builds left. Maintaining high ground, but he needs to save some to be able to come down.
Saving from the drop, lands directly next to this player, and a redeploy yet again. Curious how many charges that thing has left. Gingerbread Woman gets caught off guard. Jelly Paw goes down with a 190 pump shot. Tfue taking damage from above and only 1 build left. Does have the poison traps, can secure the area that he's going to seek up another pump shot. 100, and Saker goes down to the SMG swap follow through there. 8 elims. Looking at 9 elims. Lucas doesn't stream anymore. That player goes down in the rotation.
He just picked up 83 builds, Lupo. That is exactly what he wants to be finding right now. He is getting everything he needs exactly when he needs it. He is on the low ground now, but he is totally comfortable here. 9 eliminations, top 5. What is he going to do with this?
I fully agree with the all caps what in the middle of the pack there. This is going to be an interesting game as Turner sitting on 9 elims, 20 points total. Victory Royale within grasp, to be quite honest with you. It would not surprise me. Turner is one of the best players at retaking high ground. So if there's an opportunity for it, which, lo and behold, here we are. The immediate edit, push out, and establishes the high ground advantage, looking down from above, lasering. The metal needs to be sought after to be broken as fast as possible, because if it gets too much HP, and he actually does sneak a couple shots through the builds, gets Susano the elimination there. 10 elims, 3 players left. This could be a 22-point game if Tfue gets both of these and the Victory Royale. What in the middle of the pack? 9 builds left for Tfue. 3 players left, and he's looking for just 1 shot from above. Still applying pressure. You do not want the players at the bottom of this build to get too much time. He falls in, builds himself back up. The quick jump and catch off of the pyramid just high enough to get the landing all the way up top. Drops into the campfire, gets 100. Follow through, and the shot is what goes down. Literally reading my mind. 22 points for Tfue.
Oh my lord. To get up halfway the mountain.
Tough.
Thankfully, it's starting to move away. This now, if we pay attention to the players on the high ground, learning to be able to waterfall down this, you can't build into the side of this mountain, similar to other mountains. The way the grade is, the way that it goes down and into the mountain. Ooh, Bug! Taking advantage of that player taking shots on people below, pops in and gets that pump shotgun, goes for the trap play.
Gets the tag.
Gets it.
Gets the tag. The HP's ticking.
Yo.
2 HP, 1 storm tick. Robbie gets the elim.
He got the elim, but did go down himself. We got phase tempo now on that ultimate high ground. You see how he had to waterfall all the way down off that cliff, but he does maintain the high ground.
Or force them to build up and then waterfall back down if they didn't have any way to just move for free, like a redeploy, rift, anything like that. I'd be curious how much the materials in the game actually get used during a rotation like that. Robbie caught off guard. Tempo from phase. Redeploy the launch pad yet again.
How many times can he use his launch pad here? Oh, whoa, whoa!
Zuni's dumped it to him. Landing directly on top of the opponent. Outside
he knows he's going to die in the zone.
Gets the storm damage. Counts as his elimination. So Zuni's now to 9. Gets the siphon off of it. It's time to start breaking ballers that are down underneath.
Yeah, this is the time of the game now when everyone's going to be focusing that ball. I still can't believe he was able to pull that off so confidently and getting some really clean shots off on these ballers. He does have ultimate high ground. Phase tempo on that ultimate low. He's got to be careful. This is right when all the people start dropping out of their ballers, and there you have it. Par drops out of his baller, gets the shotgun shot on tempo. Lots of players on this low ground. Zuni's is just going to follow the zone and let these guys fight it out. The remaining situation, all of these players getting placement points, but they want that victory royale. Zuni's is in a great position. He does have that campfire. He has that, well, won't need the jump pads. He's actually just dancing on the high ground. He's feeling confident right now.
I was going to say, that's a lot of confidence. And honestly, it's warranted. Par goes down. Zuni's dropping in, looking for the last hit here, hoping that ramp up and maybe catch the player on the hop out. Zuni's gets the drop in on and
yep.
Maybe, like, you know what?
Edit play and
maybe the emotes were warranted.
Yeah, rocking that 69 jersey, and look at that loadout. And so he did leave the slurp, and he did take minis and stinks instead, which I think is a great play. Kiwi phase going down on his rotation, but opting to use his rift now. I also think the rift value goes down over time too, so using it in that situation is the highest value. Stink value is on the up, if we're talking about economics.
As soon as the zone starts to get very slow, a stink is far more valuable as an item.
Small.
It's just a better call around. Zexro. No elims yet in this game, 25 points, and does use that poison trap to try and zone anybody away. That's potentially considering challenging. Leo goes down, Zexro picking up 1 elim. I'm looking for number 2. He's thinking look around up above.
And through the ballers, but they gotta be careful. We've seen a lot of players get penalized for it. You might try and bait out the shot and then steal the baller, but there you have it.
What just happened? Hottie goes down and a rocket in there. Feeds another elimination, 12 players left.
Valify got a free RPG off that and an elimination. We've got Kadrin, Wallspar, Nick, Carson, and Valify in this lobby. I'm not sure if Zexro is still up there on that ultimate high ground still.
Oh, you and I both know Zexro did not show up in the feed as eliminated. Your boy is still all the way up top looking down.
Yep, taking his time. He wants that victory royale. He really values those placement points just as his play style.
Trying to sneak a mini out there and couldn't necessarily do it. Zexro middle, Coop Train with the ultimate high ground. Funk Bomb from FaZe still in here as well in the mix. Looks like pickaxing a wall, maybe trying to take ownership of something. Valify realizes that's his wall and Wallspar goes down. 4 eliminations, 7 players left. Coop Train, ultimate high ground. Zexro not doing the best in terms of HP and shield. Less than 50-50 right now. The rocket getting it, the tag. You see the shield in the middle of it, but Zexro landing basically right next to people. Valify goes down, a 1 pump.
209, Vice gets the Elim 1v1.
Coop Train, Vice, Coop Train all the way up top. I believe pops the slurp, which means he's got a heal ticking. 97, 98,
and a boogie bomb. And a boogie bomb, Lupo. We'll see if he goes to use this. Vice looking to push up onto the high ground, but does not have enough health to make the play.
I wanted to see the boogie into the pump, I'm not going to lie. Coop Train asks his opponent,
He'll give us the L dance.
Holding the L.
Thanks, Coop
real quick.
Impact Smock up there at 38. Tfue just getting out of another match before, just underneath in second right now at 36. TJ also hovering right around 35, but notice the spread top to bottom. 7 points is the difference. Everyone is a contender. Psalm as well on 32 points, but I want to note he got eliminated twice at 6th place. So that's 4 points he's already left on the board. He could be right up here in this zone. Zexro challenging, getting in, and all of these players as well on roughly the same pace coming through here. No big outliers. The one difference being need to see when Psalm gets out of a match because he is a very patient, placement oriented, but not incapable of picking up big eliminations. So